The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Ford Brothers Auction, Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, La Rosa's Pizza, Mingy Beef Jerky, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
Hello and welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. I'm Bridget DeVries and I'm your host for this week's show, sitting in for Gary Ball. And as always, we have a great show this week. WKYT will be doing a feature which will be fantastic from around the state. As always, we have the Crown Trophy Scholar Athlete of the Week, and our guest this week is Max Montgomery, a swimmer from Henry Clay High School. Our Roberts Insurance Team of the Week is the Madison Central Boys Basketball Team and Alan Feldhouse, coach. From Nicholasville, we'll have the Sutherland Chevrolet Driver of the Week, and they'll take you on down the road for some great high school sports action. Our UK Sports Medicine guest is Rob Ullery, Director of Outreach and Training Services, and he's going to talk to us about National Athletic Training Month, as well as being the new sponsor for the KHSAA Boys Sweet 16 basketball tournament. But we know what you want. You want the best high school highlights from around the state. Brought to you by Game Time. Brian Milam and Lee K. Howard.
We began in the 10th region with the semifinal matchup between Campbell County and Montgomery County. We go to the field house in Mason County, one of the best places to play high school basketball in the state. Late second quarter, Ricky Lovett on the low block gets it to go off the glass and one. He scored 20 points, but the first half was controlled by the Camels. Garrett Biding, a man on a mission. The floater is pure off the glass, and then he shows off his ability to finish in transition. He scored a game-high 28 points. Campbell County led 46-20 at the half. Fourth quarter, though, the Indians storming back. Brandon Dyer, Moko had 12 triples tonight. The final three by Ricky Lovett here, cutting that 26-point lead all the way down to 4, but it was not enough. They just ran out of time on the clock. Campbell County is moving to the region title game, 71-67. So Campbell County will face the winner of the nightcap between Clark County and Mason County. The Royals with an impressive first half. Evan Schumacher dialing it in from distance. Mason County led 36-26 at the half. And check out that crowd there in Maysville. Raucous crowd. Third quarter, Cards take over. Jerome Morton confident from deep, part of a 13-0 run to end the quarter. Cards up 44-40. Then in the fourth, more of the same from Morton. He is a one-man wrecking crew. Picks it off and finishes for two of his game-high 18 points. Under 20 seconds left. Aiden Sloan up top to Trent Edwards. That's your dagger. Clark County with a gut check. 64-58 win.
We got to guard. We got to guard. They're spreading us out. They got some really good playmakers. They make some plays. I got to give them credit. But we sat down and we played much better defense second half. I'm proud of our guys. They showed some toughness.
The Wright State Lady Raiders knocking off fourth-seeded Arkansas today, 66-62, with the help of former Douglas star Destiny Jackson. The 5'7" redshirt freshman scoring all 10 of her points in the first quarter as Wright State wins its first NCAA tournament game in school history. It was Jackson's fourth highest scoring game of the season. Let it fly, young lady. Brian Washington has stepped down as head football coach at Paris after 8 seasons, leading the Greyhounds program. Washington, who served as the coach in the district for more than 20 years, said it was time for a new voice to lead the Hounds. He will continue his other roles within the school district.
Welcome back into the Scholastic Ball Report. Our Crown Trophy Scholar Athlete of the Week this week is Max Montgomery, a swimmer from Henry Clay High School. Max, welcome in.
Thank you so much for having me.
So let me start out by saying, how long have you been swimming competitively?
I have been swimming competitively since I was about 9 or 10 years old.
Wow. course, you're a junior in high school now, so that's been quite a long time. So what strokes do you swim?
I focus primarily on butterfly and freestyle, but if I need to for meets and stuff, the coaches can put me in all four.
Boy, that's handy. You're a utility person. Do you have a favorite stroke?
I like to focus on butterfly. Butterfly is probably my favorite right now.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, Henry Clay has a strong swimming tradition over the years. Talk about the upcoming KHSAA regional swimming meet.
I'm very excited for it. We got a lot of really strong guys, a lot of hungry freshmen and sophomores that want to prove that they should be on those top relays and prove that they're going to be the next dude winning regional championships and state championships for Henry Clay, and it's going to be great to watch.
So where is your regional this year?
Regionals are being held in Barberville. I don't know the name of the facility, but it is in Barberville.
I know these regionals in the old days with the KHSA, they were really a lot of fun, and there's just some great swimming. But one other question I had was, I understand you're a really good student. So how do you balance your swimming schedule and your academic schedule?
It's a very busy day at school. I just try to keep as busy as I can, getting ahead in other classes and getting on tomorrow's homework beforehand so that I don't have to worry about it at home after practice. It's definitely all about scheduling and making sure I'm keeping up with all my stuff.
Well, thank you, Max, for being with us here today on the Scholastic Ball Report.
Thank you so much for having me again. It's an honor.
Well, good luck at the regionals, and that's Max Montgomery from Henry Clay High School, doing it great in the classroom as well as the pool.
If you were at Madison Central High School last night, you saw one of the greatest tournament games ever played in this state. Central upset Lexington Catholic 101-97 in regulation. Led by Jalen Davis, Will Harden, and Cole Brown, who combined for 81 points and 12 three-pointers. The Indians shot a Villanova-esque 70% and knocking off the 11th region favorite.
We were 15 for 21 in the three-point line and still barely win because, they hit 13 themselves. But I just like every time they hit us in the mouth there in the second half, we fall back. And we've struggled with that this year. When those good teams we play with them for half and they hit us in the mouth, we wouldn't respond. And I told them winning that district and being able to play here at home was really big. And I told them, y'all enjoy the environment because it's the first time we've had the environment the entire year. And if it can make us make 15 threes every time, I'll sneak them in the back door or something next time to get those people in there.
Our team of the week this week, the Madison Central Indians, and senior Cole Brown talked about the adversity the team has dealt with this year, with players being in and out of the lineup with COVID, a young starter losing his father, and their head coach slipping on ice during the winter storms and having to have surgery on his ankle.
This team's been through a lot. Braden lost his dad his sophomore year. Jalen lost his dad this year. Will was out 2 weeks this year, so we know that we had to come out. Everybody had to come out, play together. Everybody's not played all games. I think it's me and Tayshawn are the only ones that's played every game this year. So we all knew we had to come out and play together.
When you look back at this season, it seemed like you all had a lot of chances to get that signature win this year. And to finally get it against the number 3 team in the state in that moment, I think it kind of magnified the win.
Mm-hmm. And that's when it matters most is region. And that's what we did. We got the job done. We followed our game plan, had a game plan against Ben, and we did it.
When you look at the way this season's kind of unfolded, it seemed like you all were building toward the postseason. All these losses that kind of built up on you, the big losses to Laurel and Covcath and Lexcath, it finally seemed like it all came together in the regional tournament.
Well, yeah, and Coach was talking about it was mainly our defense. Our defense has been bad. Our rebounding's been bad. So in practice and we've all been talking about it. We got to pick up our defense.
Last year, junior Will Harden burst on the scene with a big performance off the bench in the first-round loss to Tate's Creek in the regional tournament. He talked about what his role on the team was this year.
I just like to be consistent, I try to be efficient, and I just try to work hard, get rebounds, and just do everything I can to make the team better.
When you look at your role on this team, it's kind of, a little bit, they run the offense through you sometimes in the game. Sometimes it's, you got to come out and get rebounds. Sometimes you got to come out and defend. So what has Coach Feldhouse told you about what your most important role is on any given night?
I just feel like do everything. I mean, most important is getting rebounds. Always make sure I'm in there getting rebounds and boxing out the big guy. He always tells me if we're going against a big guy, just to box him out. Just don't let him get the rebound. Let somebody else get the rebound. So that's what I try to do.
The adversity that this team faced all year long has been the biggest storyline to the season. How did it feel to finally get that signature win in the regional tournament first round?
It felt good, especially now. This is the time we had to have it. Like if we beat them earlier in the season, it wouldn't have mattered.
We also spoke to the head coach, Alan Feldhouse Jr., who talked about Jalen Davis, the young player that did lose his father during the season, and how big of a performance he had in the win over Lexington Catholic in the first round of the regional tournament.
It was special, and that's what I've told a lot of people. I don't think Jalen understands how much potential that he has, and we all have known that and he could shoot the basketball, but last night it wasn't just his shooting, it was the other stuff that he was doing. He gets his hands on a lot of balls defensively, and he was taking the ball to the rim. He was doing that stuff and taking it pretty strong too. So I think that kind of put him on the map. I've already had some college coaches already contact me today, so he's got to get stronger. But that was definitely a good start.
Joining as a guest reporter on the Scholastic Ball Report, I'm Michael Watkins.
Time for the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week. North Laurel's Reed Shepard comes up with a steal on one end. He's going the other direction. Little Euro step to finish off the drive, plus the foul. Reed Shepard finished with 31 points in the region semifinal win over Corbin, 74-65. Reed Shepard with the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
Welcome back into the Scholastic Ball Report. Our guest today from UK Sports Medicine and Healthcare is Rob Ellery, Director of Outreach and Athletic Training. Welcome in, Rob.
Thanks, Bridget. Glad to be a part of it.
Hey, tell us about the exciting news that UK Sports Medicine and Healthcare is the new sponsor for the KHSA Boys Sweet 16 basketball tournament this year.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that has been a dream of mine for a long, long time, is being able to continue and foster our relationship with the KHSAA. And when the title sponsorship came open this year, we started the ball rolling to try to enhance our partnership with the KHSAA. And things don't happen quickly in our world. And so it took a while to get things through all the channels. And 2 weeks ago, we were able to successfully announce as UK Sports Medicine as being the presenting sponsor for the KHSA Boys Sweet 16 starting next week. It's quite the honor for us to be a part of this. And like I said, we and the KHSAA have a long-lasting relationship, and we have the same goals, and it's to provide the most support for the Kentucky high school student athletes.
Well, I know when I was with the KHSAA too, you all provided such a fantastic service, and we've had a long-standing relationship, and we could always count on you to do an excellent job. So, well, I understand it's National Athletic Training Month this month too. So can you talk a little bit about how that's being celebrated?
So, yeah, every March it's designated National Athletic Training Month. And the athletic trainers throughout the nation, and specifically the state of Kentucky, are celebrated for the hard work that they do to keep athletes and in the game, is what we say. So that's not necessarily the athletes that participate on the court or the field, but it can be the athletes that work at Toyota and the weekend warriors and those sorts of things. So athletic trainers provide service to many, many different venues and many different platforms. So it's an opportunity for us to highlight the multiple athletic trainers that are working in the settings throughout the nation. And throughout the COVID pandemic, it's really shown as frontline workers and essential workers that athletic trainers are and have become working in the hospital setting, doing COVID testing, doing those sorts of different procedures throughout the nation. And we've really shown as a profession our worth, not only, like I said, with dealing with the athletes on the court of the field, but different other people as well.
Well, that's great information, and for sure, you all sometimes are unsung heroes, but do a fantastic job both in Kentucky and around the country. Well, thank you, Rob, for being with us on the Scholastic Ball Report today.
Thanks for having me, and looking forward to continuing our relationship with the Scholastic Ball Report as well.
That's fantastic. That's Rob Ellery from UK Sports Medicine, always keeping us in the sport, healthy, on the courts, the fields, and wherever athletes are. Thank you so much, Rob.
Thank you.
What you probably know by now is Madison Central and Douglas are in the 11th Region Boys Finals. First for Douglas, the Broncos held off Dunbar 56-55. That's a big boy dunk right there, by the way. Deshaun Jackson with 24 points as Douglas will make its inaugural appearance in the finals. As for Madison Central, the Indians are in the title fight for the first time since winning the Sweet 16 in 2013. Central used a huge third quarter to open it up against Franklin County 67-51.
Reed Shepherd and North Laurel with only 2 losses on the season, just 2 wins away from a trip to Rupp Arena. Tonight facing a Corbin team that has won 10 of its last 11 games. We go to the Corbin Arena for the 13th Region semifinal. It was a 5-point game in the second quarter. Brody Wells driving when Reed Shepherd comes up with the steal, and he's going the other direction. The hoop and the foul. Shepherd had 31, Jags up 7. Move to the fourth quarter, Corbin still hanging around. Carter Stewart starts left, finishes on the right side. It's a 4-point game, but with a minute to go, Shepherd drives, finds Brody Brock in the corner, and the Jags are moving on to the 13th Region Championship, winning 74-65. The other 13th Region semifinal, the defending region champs, Knox Central and Clay County. Blake Ledford knocks down a 3 for Knox Central to extend the Panthers' lead. Clay County, though, fighting back here. Connor Farmer misses a 3 from the left wing. Landon Hensley corrals the rebound, and then he finds Farmer at the top of the circle. He's got nice salad, and he's got a 3. Finished with 21 points, but Knox Central was too much. Abram Brock to Gavin Chadwell. He had 12 points, 10 boards. Knox Central gets the win 67-50. Only a handful of girls games across the state tonight, including a 12th Region semifinal between Southwestern and Danville. When these two teams met back in early January, Southwestern won by just 4. The winner of this one to face Mercer County in Sunday's championship. First quarter, Southwestern's Alex Smitty gets by her defender and scores the easy layup. Game tied at 6 in the early going. Then at the other end, Danville's Talia Bradshaw gives it back to Cameron Preston. She drives into the paint and scores. Adds trail by just 1. Southwestern, though, stretches the lead out. Off the miss, Warrior center Peyton AC with the board and the putback. Southwestern advances one step closer to the Sweet 16, 65-54 the final.
Well, that's our show for this week. So join us next week for another exciting show of the Scholastic Ball Report. Special thanks go out to William Warfield, the King of Stream, who is our video streamer, and Joel Clace, our director. And remember, for those you see and those you don't see, you keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Ford Brothers Auction, Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, La Rosa's Pizza, Mingy Beef Jerky, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.